Did you know that Edgar Allan Poe had a scandalous romance with a Providence poet? Welcome back to Rhode Island 101, and today we are going to talk about one of history's most famous Gothic poets' time in the Ocean State. Edgar Allan Poe is an American writer from the 1800s, known for his short stories and poetry centering around mystery and the macabre. Poe's famous works, such as The Fall of the House of Usher and The Telltale Heart, have made him an inspiration for modern-day horror literature and films. Plus, he is even credited with creating the first ever detective story before Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's Sherlock Holmes even entered the scene. Edgar Allan Poe really was the epitome of a tortured poet. Having a tragic upbringing with his father abandoning his family and his mother dying when he was only 2 years old, the Boston-born writer began to lead a very unconventional life. Poe tried to establish himself in the writing community, selling stories to local newspapers and magazines. But it wasn't until the publishing of his iconic piece, The Raven, in 1845, that Edgar Allan Poe became a household name. A few years later, in 1848, Edgar Allan Poe traveled to Providence and began courting a poet by the name of Sarah Helen Whitman. Not only was Whitman the inspiration for Poe's famous poem To Helen, but his Rhode Island romantic interest was a well-known Providence poet, essayist, spiritualist, and transcendentalist. Whitman spent most of her time reading in the Athenaeum, located on Benefit Street, and it was there that she and Poe met and bonded over their love of literature and their fascination with the afterlife. The Athenaeum even has a book Poe signed for Sarah that remains on display today. Poe proposed to Whitman in a local cemetery, but was rejected several times as Whitman's friends and family strongly advised against their engagement. But she eventually accepted his proposal after several more visits, many more love letters, and most importantly, a promise of sobriety.